Okay, for lesson number 8, so this is the next topic. We're going to try to solve problems involving proportion. But first, in order for you to have a better understanding on how to solve the problems involving proportion, syempre you must learn about the basic proportionality theorem. Okay? Basic. So basic lang to, no? Proportionality theorem. Okay? So this involves the triangle. Okay? It says here if a line intersects two sides of the triangle and is parallel to the third side, then it divides the first two sides proportionally. So let's say for example, if you have a ruler with you, okay, let's do this one. Okay, let's say gawa ka ng triangle, but you have to measure each side. Okay? And then yung third side dito sa baba, make sure na sa pad paper ninyo along the lines ng sa pad paper ninyo, no? And then measure this one. Measure each sides of the triangle. Okay, so let's name this triangle as triangle ABC. Now, if for example this is 8. For example lang this is 8. And if you're going, di ba dun sa pad paper ninyo, meron siyang mga line-line. Okay, gawa ka ng line passing through this side AB and side BC. Para siguradong parallel ito dito. Okay? And then name this as DE, segment DE. As you can see, segment DE must be parallel to the third side. Okay? So it says here in the basic proportionality theorem, if a line intersects the two sides, okay, nag-intersect siya and parallel to the third side. So yung ginagawa nyo ngayon, yung pinapagawa ko ngayon sa inyo, asa na yon? Wait, nawala ako. Yung pinapagawa ko sa inyo, this one, is you have to draw the line here parallel to the third side, which is side AC. Okay? So now, I want you to, since mineasure nyo to, I want you to measure this one and this, as well as BE and EC. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that. Actually, seconds lang dapat, no? Habang ginagawa ko, dapat nagdo-drawing na kayo. And then try to measure it. If you have your ruler with you, of course, you need a ruler para ma-measure ninyo yung mga segments, no? So once again, dun sa pad paper ninyo, since parallel din naman yung mga yan, yung third side ang gawin mo, no? So and then draw ka ng triangle here. And then parallel dito using your pad paper, yung lang line na parallel na second line dito, yung kasunod na line para maging parallel siya. Okay? And then measure each segment. Finish? Okay, if you are finished measuring them, I want you to get the ratio of AD over DB. The ratio of AD to DB. Okay? And then, after getting the ratio of the two segment here, I want you to also get the ratio of segment EC to segment BE. Okay. From this, I want you to cross-multiply the result. Kung ano yung result dito, cross-multiply nyo dito, and then tell me if you have, if you arrive on an equal amount on each side. Can you please give me an example? Sino na nakagawa? Just to show to the class what I mean by this activity. What is the measurement of your segment AD? Any volunteer? Kung sino na yung natapos? Measurement of your segment AD. Any volunteer? Wala pang nakakagawa? May percent of error din yan, ano? Kasi minsan hindi rin natin ma-exacto yung measurement dun sa ruler. It's okay. Any volunteer? Dali, the time is running out. We have to finish this lecture bago mag 11:45. Any volunteer, please? Wala pa ni isa?
Ma'am, 1.9 po.
Ang segment AD mo?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you very much, Rosemary. So, sabi niya 1.9 ang measurement niya dito. How about your DB?
2.3 po.
2.3. Okay, how about EC?
1.9 din po, ma'am.
1.9. 1.9 din?
Yes po.
Oh, really? So that means 2.3 din ang BE mo?
Opo, ma'am.
So you made an isosceles triangle. Okay, obviously pareha sila ng ratio, no? Any more volunteer? Thank you, Rosemary. Any volunteer? Gusto ko yung magkaiba yung mas mahaba sana tong third side, no? Sa kanya kasi ginawa niya isosceles, parehas ng measurement yung ito at yung ito, yung dalawang side, no? Sino gumawa ng hindi equal yung side dito tsaka dito? Just to illustrate kung proportion ba sila o hindi. Di ba? Sa proportion, the product of the means is equal to the product of the extreme. So we're going to cross multiply, and if they're equal, they are proportion. Okay? So, any volunteer? Thank you, Rosemary. Any more volunteer? Yung hindi magkaparehas yung side. Hayaan nyo kapag minultiply na, kasi hindi naman exact siya, no? May point something kayong na may measure. We're going to approximate its result, no? Any volunteer aside from Rosemary? Please, para matapos na tayo. Any volunteer? Okay, magtatawag ako. It's okay? Magtatawag ako sa inyo, ha? So, mini mo na lang to. Okay, Brian. Brian, can you please tell me the result of your of the segments that you have? Brian, are you still here? Brian. Anong nangyari kay Brian? Ba't wala siya? Can you hear me, Brian? Wala? Okay, magtawag tayo. Anong nangyari kay Brian? Mukhang umalis siguro siya. Okay, magtawag ulit tayo. We have, okay, so Lady Pastillo.
Ma'am,
Yes, what is your AD?
ma'am, 3 po.
3. Okay. Eksakto yung ano niya, no? How about your DB?
Um, wait lang po, ma'am.
Sige, measure mo lang. As long as ginawa nyo na
4.5 po.
4.5. Okay. How about your EC? This one,
Um, 3.5 po.
3.5. Okay. Your BE is
4 po.
4.
Wait lang.
Are you sure? Can you please recheck it?
5 po, ma'am. 5
5.
po.
Okay. So, mineasure niya 5. Now, let's try to multiply 3 over 4.5. Is it equal to 3.5 over 5? Okay, so para masabi nating proportion, the product of the means must be equal to the product of the extreme, so we have to cross multiply. So this is 15. Okay, it's okay if you don't have the exact, i-approximate na lang natin, no? So 3.5 times 4.5 is 5, ah, wait, 3.5 times 4.5. Masyadong malaki ang pagkakaiba, 15.75. Can you please recheck your measurement? What is your AD again? Is this exact, lady?
Wait po, ma'am.
Okay, can you please recheck your measurement? Ano yung AD mo? Isa-isay natin. I-measure mo yung AD mo. It's much easier if you use centimeter, right? Kasi mas may mga maliliit na ano siya. Ano yung AD mo? Measure mo lang. Measure mo lang. Don't try to make it, ano measure ng AD mo?
Ma'am, 3 pa rin po.
Okay, how about the DB? From points D to B. Mula dito hanggang dito sa B.
4.5 po.
4.5 pa rin, walang ano,
Opo.
walang lagpas. Okay, easy. This one. Baka may hindi siya saktong 3.5.
Mm, medyo may 3.6 po or 7.
Mas lalong lumaki. Okay, ito. Is it exactly 5?
Opo, ma'am.
It cannot be kasi masyadong malaki yung difference nitong kung mga 15.25 lang to, acceptable pa to, no? Ah,
Ma'am, yung sa AD po,
y-
medyo po may 2.8 po, ganun.
di
Malapit po siya
3.3.
sa 3.
So 3.3 dapat.
Opo.
Okay, so let's have 3.3 here. So hindi siya 15, no? So let's try to multiply 3.3 times 5. So we have 3.3 times 5 is 16.5 naman. It's okay. So approximately 16 and approximately 16, okay? So pero in reality, kaya ako lang pinapagawa sa inyo yan ano, para malaman ninyo that AD over DB must be equal to the ratio of EC over BE. Yun yung basic proportionality theorem in a triangle. It's okay na magkaroon ng konting diferensya kasi tao lang tayo no na hindi natin exactly makikita yung exact measurement nito kasi yung ruler is hindi naman talaga saktong pumupunta dun sa point ah, ng mini-measure mo. Anyway, so that's it. So kung parallel to, so that means kung parallel itong segment na to passing through the two sides of the triangle, parallel siya dito sa third side, then this cuts the sides of the triangle proportionally, no? It divides this into hindi divide equally ano, proportion lang, no? Equal yung ratio. Kaya katulad nitong example dito. So if you already knew about the basic proportionality theorem, you can apply it here. Dito sa example natin, we have here the triangle and this one is parallel to the third side. Ito. So asahan nyo na that the ratio of this one, no, ang corresponding side niya is this one, yung merong measurement na x. So 4 over this 18 is equal to x over 9. Or we can have the alternation. Uh, the corresponding side, the ratio of the corresponding side, so we have x over 4, for example, x over 4 is equal to, kung dito ka nagsimula sa x, dito ka magsimula naman sa 9, 9 over 18. You're going to have the same result here. No? So cross multiply natin to. This is 36. So we have 18x is equal to 36. Since x lang hinahanap natin, we have to divide both sides by 18 dahil yun yung kasama ng x. No? Para ma-cancel out natin yung 18 over 18 because this is equal to 1. So x star 4 is equal to 2. Ngayon, ganun din ang mangyayari dito. Parehas din ang mangyayari. You're going to arrive on the same result. That's why your x is equal to 2. So, ganun lang. Pag nagsasolve kayo ng triangle, missing measurement of the segments of the triangle using the basic proportionality theorem. Actually, you're going to have similar triangles here. Later on, we're going to discuss about that. Okay, so how about this? Dito naman, given ito, the whole. Naalala ninyo, kapag ka-inad mo over this one, is equal to pag pinag-add mo sila over this one. Pero hindi sila, hindi mo nga alam yung x eh. So, you're going to, kung ano yung ginawa mo dito, yun din ang gagawin mo dito. No? So, we have here 15 over 45. 15 over, pag pinag-add mo to, that is 45 na. So, yan. So, ganun din ang gagawin mo. Ano yung corresponding parts ng x? Ay, ng 15? That is x. So, lagay mo yung x dito. Ito. No? Over, pag pinag-add mo yung dalawa. No? Yung sum nung dalawa. So, we have x plus 16. And then, cross-multiplying. No? Cross-multiplying. We have 9x is equal to 3 times x plus 16. This one. So, we have 3x plus 48 is equal to 9x. So, pagsamahin mo yung common na may x, so, lipat mo tong 3x dito, magiging minus siya. So, 48 is equal to 9x minus 3x, which is 6x. So, since we're only looking for x, we have to divide both sides by 6. By 6, para ma-cancel out, x na lang matira. X star 4 is equal to 48 divided by 6 is 8. Okay, so ganun lang kadali, ano? So, next one, ganun din naman ang example dito, no? Ganun din ang example. This time, you are looking for the total. Okay, so anong gagawin mo dyan? The subtraction property of the original proportion. No? Yung iso-subtract mo tong etong buo, i-minus mo dito. No? So, you can apply a subtraction property here. Anyway, so we also have a converse. We also have the converse of basic proportionality theorem. It means, if a line divides the two sides of the triangle proportionally, then it is parallel, no? Magpo-prove natin ma-parallel kung yung dalawang sides are proportional. So, that's the converse. Anyway, so, we have also the intercept theorem. No? Naalala ninyo yung parallel lines cut by two transversals. May dalawang transversal involved here. Ito ang parallel lines. No? Here, masasabi natin that each corresponding sides would be, the ratio of the corresponding sides would be equal. So they are proportion. Katulad nito, yung AB, we have AB here over BC. Yung corresponding part nito dito sa isang line, so they have the same parallel line, ano? They pass through the same parallel lines. So we have two transversal. So it means yung ratio nito over this would be equal to the corresponding side nito or corresponding segment, which is DE over this one. Okay, you can also use the addition property. Ito, over na kapag inad mo naman yung dalawa, equal din dito sa ratio nito over pag inad mo yung dalawa. So you can apply alternation, you can apply inverse, you can apply addition property using this transversal. Basta ba yung mga corresponding parts niya, tatandaan ninyo, yan yun. Katapat lang niya, no? Yan yung mga corresponding parts niya. Okay? Any questions so far? So let's have an illustrative example from your module. Nakalagay dito yung figure, no? Ito yung mga parallel lines, ito yung dalawang transversal. So ang involved dito is actually yung from here, ito, tsaka ito. Ito
Ah,
corresponding niya is this one, no? Ito corresponding parts niya, ito corresponding parts dito is this one. Ito corresponding parts dito is this one. Okay, so that means yung AB, which is this one, over BC, ito, must be equal to AE. So ito yung corresponding part niya over ano yung corresponding ng BC, that is EF. Okay? So tignan nyo lang yung mga corresponding parts, hindi kayo maliligaw. Okay po? So we can also use this by knowing the variable. Alam mo naman, this over this is equal to this over this, no? Pwede mong gawing 10 over x, so ito yon, ito over this one is equal to the ratio of this over this, no? Ito yung corresponding parts ng 10, 12 over yung corresponding parts na merong x, we have x plus 2. And then cross-multiplying, you'll get the result as x is equal to 10. Now, if you already know that x is equal to 10, therefore, yung measurement nito is 20. The total measurement is 20. So, this is 12. Magiging 12 naman to because 10 plus 2 is 12. Okay po? We have also the last one, the angle bisector theorem. No? Papaano magiging proportional? Pagka sinabing angle bisector, that means sa triangle, sa angle niya, bisect, okay, the word bisect again, it means you're going to divide this angle into two congruent angles. So, ito, equal to dito. Ito yung magiging angle bisector, which is BD. Yung BD ang angle bisector because it divides angle B into two congruent angles. Kapag in this case, it means it divides the two, ito naging two segments siya, di ba? This divides the third side into proportional to the length of the other side, of the other two sides. So, etong AD, ang corresponding part niya would be this one. Yung kasama niya rin sa triangle, nag-form ka ng dalawang triangle, di ba? So, etong segment na to, over ang corresponding parts niya is this one. Okay? At eto naman, ang corresponding part niya would be this one. Okay? So, kung kukunin mo yung ratio ng AD over DC, okay, AD. Okay, so we have AD. Anong corresponding parts ng AD? AB over BC. Okay, you can also, pwede din namang AD over AB na, yung corresponding to corresponding. So, that is the alternation. Pwede din namang AD over this one, AB, yung corresponding parts niya, is equal to this one. So, nagsimula ka dito sa pinaghahating side. So, yung other side niya is DC. Ang corresponding side niya is BC. So, we have BC. Okay? So if you're going to cross multiply that one, cross multiply, you're going to have the same result as this one. AD times BC. This is also AD times BC. And this is BC times AB. Parehas lang sila, no? Using the original and the alternation or even the inverse. You can use the inverse here. DC over AD would also be equal to BC over AB. Okay, so that means katulad nito pag magpa-problem solving ka dito, no? This one is the angle bisector. So this over this would be equal to this over this, or this segment over this segment, ito yung corresponding sides niya, 'di ba? Would be equal to x over this one in order for you to solve, no? For x. So let's try to solve it. 5 over 15 or 5 over x. So pwede ring 5 over x. Tignan lang natin ha. So 5 over x, ginawa mo namang 5 or 5 over 15 is equal to, no? Since nagsimula ka dito, dito ka naman, x over 9. Okay? Corresponding parts niya is 9. Okay, so kung ito naman, 5 over this, ang corresponding sides niya is 15 all over 9. No? Corresponding side naman ng x, this one, is 9. Now, cross multiplying, we have 45. Cross multiplying, we have 15x. Parehas din sila, no? Kahit anong gawin niyo, ganyan pa rin ang mangyayari. Okay, so we have 15x is equal to 45. So, dividing both sides by, eto na yon. 15x is equal to 45, dividing both sides by 15, x therefore is equal to 3. So, if x is equal to 3, therefore, yung third side is equal to 8, no? Pag-a-add mo lang, 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay po? So, eto namang pangalawang example, we use the subtraction property of proportion. Okay? So far, yan yung magiging lesson number 8 natin using problem solving using the different theorems, no? In basic proportionality theorem, we have also the triangle angle bisector theorem. We have the converse of the basic proportionality theorem and the intercept theorem. Intercept when it involves three parallel lines cut by two transversal. Okay? So you have any more question regarding this? So in this way, you might be able to answer this one, pero hindi ko muna pasasagutan sa inyo. You're going to answer this for the whole day. Yan, math lang naman, math day. Ay, mamaya pala, sisingit pala yung science sa inyo, no? So you can answer this one. This is easy now. How are you going to solve this? They are in proportion na, no? Ito naman, angle bisector ang ginamit. Dito, transversal cut by, parallel lines cut by transversal. Okay, so, the next topic would be doon na tayo sa pinaka main topic, which is the similarity of figures, no? Just a short introduction kasi we're going to if we cannot finish it today since we're going to have a meeting later on. So bibigyan ko na lang kayo ng introduction about the similarity of figures, no? Similarity in polygons actually. When we say similar, it is different from congruent. Pagka congruent kasi, they have the same shape and the same measurement, no? Kapag sinabing congruent. Pero pagka sinabi nating similar, they have exactly the same figure, parehong pareho, pero maaring mas maliit or mas malaking isa. Just like this one, yung cat. Kung maalala niyo kung pwede tayo, kung magpapa-enlarge ka ng image, no? So from the smaller image, i-enlarge mo sa bigger image. They are exactly the same image, kaya lang, mas malaki yung size ng isa. Yung measurement mas malaki. Okay, so yun yung pagkakaiba ng similar sa congruent. Yung congruent, dapat parehong-pareho din sila ng size. And parehong-pareho din sila ng shape. No? The same shape and the same measurement, that is congruent. But in similar, They have exactly the same shape, but they have different measurement, no? Maaring mas maliit yung isa or maaring mas malaking isa. Dito sa ibang country kasi ang tawag dito is meron kang dilation, no? Dilation, that means meron kang scale factor. If you're going to increase the figure into 50%, for example, the scale factor is 1 is to 2 or 1 half, so you can use that one. May scale factor siya. Look at this example. Rectangle are exactly the same. Dito sa polygons, they must have the same um, uh, the same figure or exactly the same figure, yung itsura niya. So, a rectangle is also the same as a rectangle, but they will only be similar if their corresponding sides are proportion, no? So, that means meron silang scale factor. Now, kung hindi, in the absence of the proportionality of the corresponding sides, then we cannot say that they are similar. Maaring, oo nga, pareho silang rectangle. Like for example, this one, I'm going to make a rectangle. And then I'm going to make another rectangle. No? Uh, we cannot say that they are similar. It's because hindi pa natin alam kung ang corresponding sides nila are equal at the ratio of their corresponding sides. So in this case, ang corresponding sides ng AB, side AB is side E is this EH, no? Kung kukunin mo yung ratio ng AD over EH, kapag nag-equal siya dito sa corresponding side niya, which is 3 over 6, so 3, corresponding side niya is this one, EF, no? So, since hindi mo alam, okay, dito tayo sa parehong given. Ito, tsaka ito. No? Ito, tsaka ito. So, let's try na to use AD and EF. Uh, so, ang kunin nating ratio is yung merong given. No? Tignan natin kung they are similar. Ang merong given is AB over BC. It must be equal to the ratio of, in corresponding ng AB is EF over FG. Okay, let's try to substitute the given. AB is 3. Dito ko na lang lagay over BC is 5. Okay, kung proportion sila, then we can say that they are similar. Okay, so para maging proportion, we have to cross multiply if they are equal, right? So that's the fundamental law of proportion. Now, EF is 6 and FG is 10. Now, let's try to cross multiply. 3 times 10 is 30 and 5 times 6 is 30. So that's why their corresponding sides are, the ratio of the corresponding sides are equal. Therefore, we can say that these two rectangles are similar rectangle. Do you get what I mean? Now, paano natin malalaman kung kunyari sa pentagon, sa hexagon? Now, ibig sabihin nun, yung corresponding, the angles of the corresponding angles must be congruent. Corresponding angle ng A is E and they are congruent. Kasi puro tigna 90 eh. So, obviously, lahat ng angle niyan are congruent. So, okay? So, we have two conditions here in order for you to have that the polygon is similar. The first condition would be, okay, the first condition to make sure that the two polygons are similar, you have to have congruent, corresponding angles are congruent. Okay? Corresponding angles. So, that means you have to identify the corresponding angles. Kung hindi nyo kayang i-identify yung corresponding angles, then you will fail. Corresponding angles must be congruent. Okay? Para malaman natin Okay? Na ang dalawang polygons are similar. Una, you have to check, are the corresponding angles congruent? Number two, magkasama to, no? In the absence of the one of these two conditions, then we cannot say na makakapag-create tayo ng similar polygons. Now, number two, the corresponding sides. So this time, yung sides naman must be, the ratio. Sorry, the ratio. Isingit nyo dyan, the ratio of the corresponding sides must be equal. Must be equal. Okay? So, yung ratio ng mga sides must be equal. Tulad ng nangyari dito. Yung ratio ng corresponding sides are equal. How do we know that they are proportion? In short, if they are equal, must be proportion. The sides of the corresponding sides must be proportion. So, in short, parang in-explain ko lang kung ano ibig sabihin ng proportion, ano. The corresponding sides must be proportion. So, let's make it short. Must be proportion. Para malaman natin kung proportion siya, kung equal yung mga ratios na ng corresponding sides nila, no? Proportion. So, paano natin malalaman kung proportion? Katulad na ginawa natin kanina, cross-multiply lang natin yung mga corresponding sides. Okay, so that is the two condition in order for you to know if the two polygons are similar. So this is just an introduction. We're going to continue discussing this on our next online class since wala pa naman tayong face-to-face.